All right, we have live coverage right now of that double shooting in Northeast D.C.
That's right. There's a news conference happening right now. Let's listen in to the chief.
Officers located 2 people suffering from gunshot wounds. Officers immediately began to render aids to the victims. Unfortunately, one of the victims, a 14-year-old male, succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced deceased. An 18-year-old male was transported by fire and EMS to an area hospital and is being treated for critical injuries. Our homicide detectives are here on scene and investigating the circumstances of this terrible shooting. We urge anyone with any information on this incident who can help us and our detectives, if you would call us at 202-727-9099 or text us at 50411. This is another example of the senseless gun violence in our city. This incident happened at a recreation center where our young people should be able to come and recreate and have a good time and enjoy themselves. And unfortunately, the actions of these individuals has taken the life of a young man. We will find the suspects and anyone involved in this tragic shooting, and we will hold them accountable. I will take any questions you may have at this time. We're not sure as to how many there are at this time, Shamar.
Did this happen inside the recreation center or right outside?
What we believe right now is that it occurred outside the rec center. I mean, there was a basketball. There, yeah. Is it okay if I finish? There was a basketball game being played inside the rec center, and it's our belief that this happened outside of the recreation center. It's still under investigation. When we find that information out, we will certainly be sure to share that information with you.
Chief, I mean, this is a 14-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
I have nephews and I have nieces, and it breaks my heart to know that a 14-year-old was here enjoying, again, like I said, the recreational aspect, which is why we have recreational centers and boys and girls clubs for our children to feel as though they can come to these spaces and be safe, and to have individuals who, again, have no regard for human life, to assume that it's okay to shoot into a crowd of individuals is very disturbing for all of us. And again, like I said, our detectives are going to do everything they can tonight to ensure that we hold these folks accountable.
Chief, were there other teenagers around the 14-year-old and the 18-year-old, or were they by themselves?
I think there were other individuals outside of the rec center as well.
Was this a drive-by, or did somebody walk up to them and just open fire?
At this time, we do not believe it was a drive-by. We do believe that there was an individual who was outside of the recreation center who may have been armed with a firearm.
There's a suspect description that you put out earlier on Twitter. Is that accurate?
That is not accurate. I did see I also saw that, but preliminarily, that is not what we find to be accurate at this time. Yes, sir.
Do we know the relationship between the 2 victims?
We do not know that at this time. Any other questions?
Thank you, Chief.
Yes, sir. Any other questions?
Both male?
Yes, they are both male. Yeah, one is 14-year-old and the other one is 18 years old.
And do you know the condition of the
18-year-old right now is at a local hospital, but he's listed in critical condition. Yes, sir. All right. Any other questions? Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, watching live coverage here in D.C. News Now at 10. That is, of course, D.C. Police Chief Pamela Smith giving us really just a sad update tonight out of Northeast D.C., where there's been a shooting at a rec center, the Lamont Rec Center in Northeast. A 14-year-old boy has been shot and killed. An 18-year-old young man also shot. Right now, he's in the hospital in critical condition.
And what Chief Smith describes is they know at least one suspect was in front of this rec center, opened fire into a crowd, hitting those 2 boys, at least one taken to the hospital, critical injuries, and one boy died. They are looking for suspects right now, and they are calling this a senseless gun violence. They say that there was a basketball game happening inside of that rec center, but this incident, this shooting, happened outside of the Lamont Rec Center. We're going to continue to follow the breaking news details for you outside of the Northeast D.C. area, so be sure to stay with us on air and online here on DC News Now.